right, friends, welcome to episode number 5. This is a special episode for us. This is our first guest speaker on the episode. Welcome, Andrew Ekleberry.
Hi.
Hi. Today we're talking about training mindset. What's going on in your brain when you're working out? Things like that. We brought in the master. Andy's a big proponent of this. If you've ever taken his class, he's quick to harp on you.
Yeah, quick to get you.
Quick to get you. So we'll get into that. We got a couple announcements coming up first.
Yeah, guys, so I wanted to, I typically write a post after the open, but I just saved it for the podcast. And I really just wanted to recap the open. This was probably my favorite open as a gym that we've ever had. We had our biggest turnout. We had the most newcomers take the open on this year. And what I was really impressed with all of the new people who did it was everyone seeing it through. In the past, I'd seen people, they do the first few workouts that are always straightforward. There's kind of an ebb and a flow to the open. They'll give you a couple straightforward workouts to open it up, and then the complex movements sort of make their way into it. And what was really cool to see is no one dropping off. So a lot of times we'd see people come in real hot, and then, the ring muscle ups or, squat snatches would come up, and then they maybe not show up for week 3 or 4. And this year, people, they'd kick ass on the first 2, and then they'd run into the third, and they did the scaled version, and they'd kill that, and then maybe do it prescribed on the next one, and then, so people were mixing it up, scaling when they had to, and then just really seeing the entire open through, and it was really cool to see. And this year we also did great in the open as a gym, just stacking up regionally and worldwide. Our team right now is sitting in 8th before we pull Joey's scores out. I think we're going to hang out there. We may move up or down a spot or 2, but I don't see us moving too much because we have such a deep gym. We had scores coming up right behind Joey that weren't too far off. So it doesn't look like it's going to drop us one way or the other too much. And then when some teams ahead of us get pulled out, it could even move us up a spot. And so that's another thing that was really cool about this year was it was a total gym effort. We had Andy and Corey get injured. Corey before the open, Andy during the open. And we had people on both the female and the male side. Every week we had new people stepping up, giving scores to the gym, picking us up, so, to really just help us qualify for the open or qualify the gym for regionals. In the past, it's typically been like, our top 3 or 4 people get all the scores. In most gyms, that's what you're going to see. It's their ringers get all the scores, and then no one else gets a score. And some of those, like Mayhem, they have like 8 people on their team or 6 people. It's just their regional team.
Yeah.
We threw everyone we had.
I mean, Ashley put in scores. Yep.
Kate threw in 2 scores for us. Dan threw in scores.
Yeah, there were a lot of scores.
Will's going to give us a score on that last one.
Mm-hmm.
Austin gave us a really good score on that 4th one. Corey gave us a score. We had, 10, 12 people throwing scores at it. It was awesome. And then Joey, is this your top finish?
This is my best finish.
Yeah, 12th, and then we pull that 4th workout. You're probably sitting 2nd or 3rd.
Yeah, let's not talk about that one.
That being said, 12th's awesome.
Yeah.
So, 12th in the region, 56th worldwide. Really good open performance, crushed it, and then the gym again sitting in 8th in the region, 109th worldwide out of about 4,000 teams. Joey, 56th worldwide out of about 400,000 athletes. That's really saying something. You don't even get into percentiles. That's like that's the tippy tip of a spear. So we're going to be competing in regionals in Nashville. It's going to be May 25th through the 27th at the Music City Center. If you want to go and you have not got a hotel or Airbnb, I would do that this week. So I would get on top of that. It's a big weekend. It's Memorial Day weekend. It's the
Bachelorette party.
Yeah.
bachelorette like weekend
The
of
biggest
the
weekend
year.
ever.
There's lots of concerts. Last year there was concerts. The Predators were in the playoffs.
Yeah, it was
CrossFit.
madhouse.
It was. I've never that city probably had an extra 300,000 people on top of the normal.
It was nuts.
Yeah. So I would definitely get accommodations as soon as possible, so you don't get closed out or you're not driving 45 minutes to get into the city. Yeah. So this year we have a team and Joey, so there's going to be the team and then Joey you'll have people to watch all day long, so you'll definitely get your money's worth. And then this year I saw it's the first year where they have I think it's a 3-day pass where you have a reserved seat. I'm gonna buy that ticket. I would suggest it so you're not fighting through the crowd.
Worth it.
That's gonna
It's
be
so
definitely.
If you want to watch, it's worth it.
Yeah.
If you want to stand behind someone, sure.
Yeah, I would get that ticket because it reserves your spot. It's 150 instead of 90, but if you're gonna pay the money to go down to Nashville, I would pay the extra $50 or whatever to reserve that spot. But yeah, guys, great open. We'll start training for it next year, starting now. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I just want to kind of segue into, let's get into this training mindset, Andy. So why we brought you on?
Andy.
Yeah, buddy.
So yeah, my big thing is the training mindset. Because going into it, we need to kind of have goals. I guess I don't formally do it the way that people teach it, but it's kind of the exact same thing of mindset stuff. I guess I really got into it back when I was doing the limited amount of spec ops training that I did. That's all it was. It was just mentally what can you take? And that's kind of like what I take into it. I kind of go extreme about it and a little overboard. But I think it kind of fits in life because oddly enough, when you get to watch people work out, it's kind of like they kind of live their life the exact same way. So
It's 100%.
So you'll see people that just put their head down and they just work, and those are usually just very successful people that know there's no shortcuts and all that. And then not to say anything bad about anybody, but some people you'll see just kind of looking around and kind of and it's kind of the same thing in life. So it kind of goes
hand in hand.
You can kind of learn some stuff. I know my wife would probably kill me, but you can kind of learn some stuff from the gym, and that applies to other things. I have conversations about this all the time, and what actually I think when I work out. So back to the spec ops thing, the stuff that we did, I forget all of it because I just don't want to remember. But it's just mentally, what I usually will say to myself is it will end. So that's kind of what I go into think, when you start getting into that pain cave and stuff like that, and you kind of want to take the pedal off, it will end. So it's not going to keep going all day. So that's kind of what I kind of think about, and that's what I learned from that, and taking it into this. It's just kind of magnifies it a little bit.
So what's something, as you get ready to do a workout, a training session, something like that,
It depends what the workout is.
Okay, so let's put an example out there. You're going to do, an open workout.
Yeah.
What's your mindset?
Go. You gotta go. My mindset, I'm a little different, especially this year. I kind of wasn't worried about the open at all, so it's kind of different. I mean, you can talk about that, not me. I came into it just let's have fun and try to get people going fast, and then our fitness will show that we're gonna die, and then just die down. But other years in the past, it's always been just the games year was just destroy everything, and whatever that meant to me at the time. So if a workout has biking in it or something, or just some aspect, I'll think about that instead of the entire workout. So what you did a workout the other weekend, what was it, bike and then really heavy cleans. The only thing we talked about beforehand is you have to grab that bar when you get off the bike. Didn't talk about pacing, didn't talk about anything else. You have to do that. You have to do that if you want to be successful.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Is it will vary workout to workout, and
Long workouts is going to be different.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you need to remember what you're trying to get out of workouts as you approach them. So today, Level 2 had an EMOM. It was a conditioning workout. We wanted to see you guys maintain a set of skills on the minute for 20 minutes, right? And that's your mental challenge, is can you finish everything in this minute?
Can you be okay when you see the clock and you don't have the same amount of time of rest you did last time?
Yeah.
So that's all that. So if I had 15 seconds of rest, oh crap, now I have 12. Can you be okay with that? That's the mental challenge. That's your mental side of it.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I think another thing to talk about with this is, goal setting not just for workouts, but like for training. You know, what's your goal that you're trying to achieve with this? Are you trying to go to the games? Are you trying to be as fit as you can? You know, what is that? So I think that a lot of people lack that aspect of it, so they just come in, they work out without that specific goal in mind. If you can visualize working towards something during your workout, it incentivizes you so much more while you're suffering. You know, it's like that's what I think about when I'm riding the bike. I literally only think about Matt Frazier and the fact that he's going to be riding a bike right next to me at regionals.
And now we're not saying everyone needs to take it to that
No,
extreme,
no,
but
not at all. But, you know,
Your goal's going to dictate
it's an extreme.
how you attack the workout.
Yeah,
so if you
100%.
have a goal, you have a clearly defined goal, it's gonna dictate how you're gonna attack the workout. If your goal is to, you know, just be healthier, you might not, you actually might not push to the point where you're bleeding out of your ears on a certain workout and kind of pushing the range of motion requirements or whatever it is to get it done if that's not your goal, or just pushing the weight, whatever it might be, if your goal is just to, move and stay healthy.
Yeah.
That might
Which is
dictate
fine.
your pace in a
Absolutely.
way, and that can be still a positive
As
thing.
long as your heart rate's up.
Yep.
And like that's why that goal is so important. You know, then we're actually have a goal board coming up
Yep.
in the gym that we're going to be putting up on the wall. It's going to have a nice.
It's like the goal thing. It's like what Ben Bergeron said.
Yeah.
The Patriots only compete once a week. They
Yep.
practice for 6 days and they compete once. So sometimes the goal will be to blow up.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's what it is.
I saw a really cool thing on a podcast. They were talking about the guy from Lone Survivors. His name Marcus Luttrell. So when he was really injured, I think he had to like crawl a mile on his arms, and he just kept with a stick drawing a line like as far as he could reach, and then he would crawl past that line, draw a line and then he would crawl past.
And all that is one more rep.
Absolutely.
That's
One more.
Absolutely.
all it is.
One more.
Open workouts, that's a good, sometimes that's a good way to think, because it hurts a minute or two into it to the point where you're mentally going crazy.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to be like, I just got to get to this point in a minute,
But when you're at regionals, like that's easy. Like you're just one more.
Yep.
You're just so in the moment that it's just one more.
I mean, you can apply that to every class that you do too.
can
You
apply
know,
that to everything you do.
I'm a big proponent of like the last minute of that workout usually should be like your hardest minute.
Yeah.
I love just getting people going during that last minute because I think that's where the real work is. Like during a 20-minute AMRAP, it's that last minute if you just selling out during it. I think that's where you can make the biggest gains in your fitness is just by really striving.
And with that being said, you got to get tired though to get there.
Exactly,
Not
that's
just
what I
like now it's the last minute. Let's go.
Right.
Yeah, you don't want to totally be the guy like in sprint drills who's like, who dogs everyone, and then you just smoke everyone on the last one.
Good job,
Like,
guys.
haha,
Yeah.
We killed
gotcha.
it.
That third corner on the 400 can
Yeah,
be the
like-
hardest one. So, yeah, you got to put yourself in that spot where you're competing, even if it's just with yourself, to where you have to push, and you didn't just save up like a sandbag like sprint right at the end.
And I was like, everybody else is feeling the same thing.
Mhm.
Like they're just at peace with it.
I love
Make
hearing
peace
you.
with the pain. Like just everyone else feels it.
The things you say to your 330 and 430 class, just
My babies.
I think they really appreciate it.
You talk a lot about training stimulus, Andy. Like,
Oh, yeah.
so like, how to like whether it's scaling or just how to approach each workout, and that's like a big part of like I feel like your mindset talk is like. Some people, they try and go RX, and then they're chipping a single clean, every other minute, and it's
What
so.
What is your saying?
I pride myself on being able to talk people out of RX workouts.
Yep.
What's that saying?
Oh
you have?
God, I have many. I don't know.
No. Don't what with my stimulus?
Oh, don't fuck with my stimulus. Savan Matosian said that, but once I heard him say that, I was like, oh yeah, like this is what I want.
Yeah.
When Brandon programs the workouts, like I like to think this is what he wants out of it, and this is what I'm gonna get out of it. Like that's what I
scale to achieve that
and
stimulus.
that's. The stimulus is more important than the weight matters nothing. Like what weight's on a bar matters nothing.
That's
it's
all
just
a
what
mindset
feeling
that
we
you
get.
have to have is don't get greedy,
I
don't do things you can't.
We just look at it this is what I would do, and that's what I want everybody else to do.
So really, the point of the workout each day is to achieve the desired stimulus, not so much just get RX'd on the board.
No.
Yep.
Well, like I'll tell you, you don't get like I can't say if this is right or not, but like I'll say you can't get stronger doing the Metcon. You get stronger after. You don't get your skills in the Metcon. We do that before or after. Mm-hmm. But the Metcon is time to breathe hard. So we're going to scale it down. We're going to scale your movements, scale the reps or something. And then afterwards, or let's get that volume. But when it's time to work, it's time to work. So that's why we're going to get what scale we need, get what we need. And then we're going to put our head down and go. And then we'll work on it after.
I like that. Now another tool that we use is visualization. I love telling people this. Mm-hmm. So like when they're setting up for a lift last night, it's a great example where you're snatching. And I tell people like, what are you trying to do when you squat snatch, right? You're trying to pull yourself into an overhead squat. Like think about doing that, all right? If you're trying to, I don't know, do a kipping pull up, like think about what you're trying to do. Don't just get up there and flail and like think something's gonna happen. Like you have to have a specific goal when it comes to the workout, and you have to see yourself achieving that goal, whether it's the lift, whether it's the kipping pull-up, something like that.
I have a great actual, so I recently just used this to the best effect I think I ever have with anything. I got a speed bag at home. Mm-hmm. So in my garage, like hung a speed bag. And back when I was boxing, we had one in the gym, but it wasn't emphasized, and I tried it a few times, and I couldn't get a rhythm going. I couldn't do anything. So before I got the speed bag, I started watching like tutorials, and I started playing in my head me doing it all the time. So got this whole thing set up last Saturday, and I could not hit this thing. And right away, it wasn't super pretty, but I had a rhythm. I've done it, so my goal is 30 days. I'm doing it every day. So 5 minutes a day. It's a neurological thing. So when you sleep, you get a little better at it. So just chipping away at it, kind of like with double unders or something like that. In 5 or 6 days, I'm rattling the thing now and starting to get a rhythm, starting to get a few tricks going. And when I'm not doing it, I'm visualizing myself doing the tricks, and it's working. It's like starting to help. It's very cool. I didn't plan on even talking about this in this, but like,
yeah,
it really works.
Visualization is
really
a
works
huge
well.
tool that people need to really take advantage of, because I know like when I'm training, when I'm sleeping, like I'm thinking about like my goals, right? So when I approach a lift, in my head I've already gone through the entire lift multiple times in my head of me hitting the lift, right? Same thing with like regionals and like the open. I can remember when I started CrossFit, I could see myself on the floor of the tennis stadium, and like I achieved that goal as a team, right? And I still want to be there. And the settings changed, now it's in Madison. So like I watched them last year, I was like, I want to be there. So at night, during workouts, I'm thinking about myself competing there. It changes something in your brain when you're working out that way.
But it's not a blind goal. You know what it's going to take to get there.
Absolutely.
And like you have to talk to yourself, like, am I willing to do what it's going to take?
So visualizing it and working backwards from that goal.
Like, there's my goal.
Reverse engineering
it take?
That being said, you need to know what you're capable of.
And every day will not be a good day.
No.
Some days you have to make it happen.
You think you got a good story about Jason Khalifa, right? And the
oh yeah. So I remember. I think I heard on a podcast. It was. I think it was he talked about. It's a video that I saw. He talked about earning your confidence. So with mindset, and it was awesome in the way that. So I watched him. I watched live him do both events in 2009. I think he came in second to last on the run, and he was actually like passing out mid-run, and.
When he was like.
Yeah, he was like wobbling. He
almost dropped out. They thought he was dead.
Yeah, big, strong dude. I remember. I think I saw him cracking Red Bulls there. It was like how a local comp is now.
Yeah.
A big local comp, but like he was probably a 22-year-old kid cracking Red Bulls before the event. He had won it the year before, came out hot, and he started like feigning in the middle of the run. Anyways, I think people were like, he was talking about people were like trying to pump him up, and maybe he was trying to pump himself up like, you got this, you're going to kill it. And, he hadn't trained for it in any way, shape, or form. All the workouts the year before were all sub 4-minute wads. Mm-hmm. Like there's 4 sub 4-minute wads. They're all sprints. And they're like, okay, go run a 10K. It was a long ass run. And then he talked, so it was obviously a weakness for him. And then I remember like the NorCal, they used to post like weekly. I think their Thursday workout was a Henshaw track workout every time. And then I remember in 2013, him running right in the middle of the pack with everybody. And, you know, they came in hot from a 1.5 mile, 2 mile run into flipping that pig. And, you know, they came in running right around like 6:15 miles, and
I thought it was lower
everyone,
than that.
yeah, they were clipping through it.
Flying.
He wasn't like, I wouldn't say he was out in front, but
Garrett was out high stepping.
Yes, he was way out in front, but Garrett didn't win.
No.
Garrett was, and he was also doing all that running training. What Jason, I remember him saying is, I had earned my confidence. I knew I had this. He paced it, got to the pigs right when everyone else did, and then he took off. Like it didn't. Everyone was gassed when they got there. He took off. But what he was saying is confidence is earned. Mm-hmm. So, you know, if you have that goal, you can't fake confidence and like, oh, I got this. I haven't ran all year long. Like, you have to earn your confidence. You have to put the work in beforehand, and then that's when all this visualization stuff comes in. You can't just fake it at the time. So you have to earn that confidence for all of this stuff we're talking about to actually work.
Yeah.
And that's why the best people do it, and they don't even think like
It just
no one
becomes
thinks that
natural,
they're just like, this is just what I do.
Yeah, the clean comes out on, you know, after in 18.3 or 18.2a, the clean comes out, and then they're like, oh sweet, this is great, because they've been working on it all year. You know, or the handstand walk comes out, and you can't fake being like, oh, I'm hyped for this. Like,
Right.
You have to earn that confidence on the handstand walk.
Maybe it'll work. Maybe it'll come together.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna work. But yeah, that was a really, I really like took a lot away from that. He's like, yeah, you're right. Like, if you have a weakness, you got to really stamp that thing out to earn your confidence in that event.
Yeah, and what you see kind of happen is some people will work on they will work on their weakness, but their strength, they're kind of like, well, when I get tired, I'll just back off because no one can touch me on this. Somebody else is working on their weakness
Sure.
too. So those times that you're like, well, I'm really good at doing, like for me, I'm really good at doing handstand push-ups. My shoulders are tired. I can kick down because they're all tired anyways. Oh crap, they're not kicking down, now I'm getting beat. So it's always like you're always humble, but you're never satisfied. So like,
Yeah,
oh
absolutely.
cool, I did good on that
like
workout.
that.
Now it's over. Now what did I do wrong? My wife, my therapist, makes me talk through this stuff, and that's like, well, we've come to the. I'm never satisfied with anything.
No, you can't
It's
be.
kind of a fault, but
If you want to succeed.
if you want to succeed, you can
Don't get
never be
complacent.
satisfied.
I think consistently setting goals, consistently setting goals is really key to all this mindset training, because whether it's CrossFit or not, like I know right after the Open was done, like my goals instantly shifted. Like I'm not like thinking about next year. I'm doing it recreationally anyway. So my goal, I'm trying to have fun in the Open. But as soon as that was over, I'm like, okay. Now I think I told you guys, like my goal, like this summer, I wanna dunk a basketball one last time. You know, like I'm gonna be 36 soon. Like my window's gonna close on that.
I'll start opening. I dunk
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah, at 6 feet tall and 36, like your window's not opening up for that. So I'm like, I want to do it one last time, and I got to train and be in good shape for that, and a specific type of shape. So that's going to be like my goal for the summer. And that's going to help my training mindset, you know. So that's going to help me train. Like, okay, I need to be in a certain type of shape to be able to achieve this. And you know, a lot of it's just being lean and light too. So
And it doesn't have to be that like Joey wants to go to the games, or it could be like, I don't want to stop doing a set of 50 burpees. I'm just going to do them and not stop. Boom,
Yeah.
got it. Don't care what the rest of the workout is.
I like that.
I did that 50 unbroken. Awesome. Now I'm dying, like kind of floating around, but hey,
It's fine. That was your goal.
that was it,
Let's
and we
work
did
towards
it.
So, like, yeah, all of these things, I mean, goal setting is very important when it comes to the mindset. So you guys keep a lookout for our goal wall. We're going to put that out in the lobby. It'll be a chalkboard wall. You guys are going to put your goal on there, and it's going to help hold you accountable.
wonder what we should do when you achieve it.
Ooh,
Because we'll have those on there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can wipe it, you'll wipe it and put a new one up.
but
I think we need to date them.
Prove it.
Yeah. Well,
We
yeah,
need to
that's
date
the
'em.
thing. You need to put a deadline on these to.
Because
give
we
yourself
have the
a sense
goal
of-
wall
sense of
idea,
urgency.
yeah. We need to date it and then
Prove it.
somehow
celebrate it.
Put it like, we may even like make it where like you have it and then your goal is on the other side of it and then your name's next to it and the date and achieved. Something like that.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool to like put all your achieved goals so it's not just like erased from history.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think something to like lock it in there. It's like, oh, I'm like, and you'll come back 3 years later and be like, that was cool when I did that.
Absolutely.
So that was really cool.
Yeah. So guys, that's our mindset talk. If you guys got any questions about this, please put them in the comments. Seek one of us out. Let us know about it. Last thing we're gonna do, we got a couple announcements coming up. Why don't we start, Brandon, with our pretentious friends?
Yeah, so May 12th, our friends at Pretentious Barrel House, Josh Martinez and then Julian, they're going to do a workout for charity. Right off the top of my head, I can't remember what the charity is, but they're going to do a workout, and we'll post the event up onto our private members page. The WAD is going to get you a free beer, and then I think if you win your heat, you'll actually get a prize.
Yep.
So that'll be really cool. It's a good way to support a charity, and then also to check out their business. It's
Where's it at?
Pretentious.
Where's that at?
it's kind of up by the Rogue.
It's out by Road.
Okay.
Out by Rogue.
Uh-huh.
And if you like sour beers, or even if you want to discover sour beers,
They ain't bad.
Go get
They
one
ain't
because
bad.
they are good.
they're really good. I'd never had one before.
Neither have I.
didn't even know what sour beers were, and then
Josh will tell you all about it.
yeah. Once I got my head wrapped around it, I was like, oh, these are good.
Especially when the weather starts to get nicer.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
Perfect in the spring.
good
summer.
spring beer.
Yeah.
When it snows in the summer.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, that's coming up too. Yeah. And lastly, if you guys have noticed those flyers around the lobby for the Yellow Bird Food Shed, the owner of that company, Benji, I've met him a couple times. He's a pretty cool dude. He's gonna come in during a Saturday. He'll be out in the lobby talking to you guys about what their service is. It's really cool. It's all local Ohio stuff, and it's just a grocery service.
Produce, right?
Yeah, it's just all locally grown produce, and then they'll put a special surprise in your box when you get it too. And
That's cool.
It's cool because it's forcing me to eat vegetables that I would never eat. I would not seek out
Any vegetables.
any vegetables.
Any of them.
So I was like, oh, I'm gonna sign up for this and make sure I eat my veggies. So
I need to sign up for that. I'm eating. It's not the worst thing, but like frozen vegetables.
Yeah.
Like I cut them out of like a Kroger like frozen thing.
absolutely,
like,
that's what
dump
I
them
was
into my
doing
meals.
too. And it was always green beans or something
Yeah.
like that. And I mean, it's stuff I would never touch otherwise, and it's all grown within 100 miles of home.
Fresh food's good
Which is
for
cool,
you.
yeah.
I need to get into that.
So more on that later. I'll give you guys a date on that. But that is it for episode number 5. Andy, thank you.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you.
Awesome, Andy. Good having you, buddy.
Getting the inner workings.
Cool. And we will talk to you guys next time. Peace out.